We will be fine.
Episode 5 reaches this pinnacle where Walton and Skyler have this odd attraction to each other, as was building.
There can't be any mistakes like before. There has to be complete honesty.
I'm all for that.
Good.
Part of that might be familiarity, and part of it is the new exciting life that they're leading.
There is an allegiance there, and there is somewhat of a trust forming again.
And there's somewhat of a climax, pardon the pun. Concurrent with that is Walt's desire and need not to be on the effect end of cause and effect. Waiting for Gus to make his move is painstaking. So Walt goes after Gus. He's going to find him. At least it's somewhat on my grounds.
Gustavo Fring, your boss now. Please.
Walter's in fear. It's just going too far. It gets out of hand. And he can't just trust that Gus will take care of him. Walter realizes that Gus is untouchable. So he has to start to use his brain and figure out how to get to Gus.
Sir, excuse me. Hey, you're not allowed back there. Excuse me, sir. As I said, sir, Mr. Fring is not here.
Gus's character and Walt's character, we're doing a dance, and it shifts and rises and lowers, and it just moves around.
Nothing else happens until I get my partner back.
We don't know where it's going.
You got me riding shotgun to every dark anal recess of this state. Be nice if you clued me in a little.
What brings Jesse back into kind of just dealing with his own reality and not being so self-destructive is the business. He has a job and he's gonna stick with it.
You don't need to do that.
This is why I'm out here, right? To be like your backup.
Talk about two people who don't belong together. Mike is upset that he's got to take this young guy around who he just thinks is a screw-up all the time.
I just do what I'm told, and now you're gonna do what you're told, which is to sit here, shut up, and stay in the car till we finish our pickups. You got it?
And much to Mike's surprise, Jesse actually does a pretty good job.
It's just Jesse's natural instincts to put the pedal to the floor. It's really the only thing he could do, because if he didn't, they're both dead.
Go ahead, kid. Smoke up.
It gives Jesse a sense of pride, and he starts to feel good about himself again.
And you know what? Two dudes try to rob us, and I saved the stash. I took care of business, just like I'm taking care of business right now.
Gus wants to manipulate Jesse to come around to the way he thinks.
Guess I have two jobs now.
Gus plants all the seeds because he knows that Jesse doesn't really like Walt that much. He doesn't love this guy. The guy's done stuff to Jesse that Jesse doesn't like.
I will, of course, reimburse you for the damage to your vehicles.
And once Jesse has taken a life and Gus has rectified the problems surrounding that, he plays on that. Gus manipulates Jesse because Jesse's young and because Jesse could serve him for years. Jesse is probably more like Gus than Walter could ever be.
Just like you wanted. The kid's a hero.
Gus is definitely the big puppeteer of this whole show. He's a mad scientist, brilliant man at work.
Tim stopped by. He brought over some file boxes on that case. Thought I'd take another peek.
That's great. Marie thinks it's really great that Hank cares enough about anything and is positive and hopeful enough to think that there's a job for him to go back to. Because he's really good at what he does. And he needs to be good at what he does.
You find something?
Just this guy I'm looking at.
We see them come through this storm together, and it's a whole different level of love between them.
Since when do vegans eat fried chicken?